Hello students, welcome to the world of chemistry. This is Dr. Vikram Panchal, lecture number 20 in chemical kinetics. Okay, till today we have completed all order of reactions, integration rate law. Now we will see methods for determination of order of reaction. Okay, we will see different methods used to determine order of reactions. So methods of determining the order of reaction. There are several methods used for this. We'll see first one, and first method is called integration rate law method or integration method. It is elementary method where we expect that if integration rate law for different order of reaction is as follow. K is equal to concentration of A minus concentration of A minus X upon T for zero order. This is integration rate law for zero order. K is equal to 2.303 upon T log A upon A minus X. This is for first order. Now K is equal to 1 upon AT into X upon A minus X. It is for second order, where A is equal to B, and then K is equal to 1 upon T box bracket 1 upon A minus X whole square minus 1 upon A square. This is for third order reaction, where A is equal to B is equal to C. All concentrations are same. Okay. Now we know all equations. What we should do? It requires the insertion of values of A, T and X in above equations one by one. In order. If the value of K remains constant for different X and T, then that will be the order of reaction. So this way it is integration rate law, and we can find out by putting the values of A, T and X in different integration rate law, and if K is constant for that particular order, then it is the order of the reaction. Second method is called half-life method or half-life period method. For zero order reaction, T half proportional to concentration of A. For first order reaction, T half is independent of concentration of reactant. For second order reaction, T half proportional to 1 upon A. For third order reaction, T half proportional to 1 upon A square. So this way we can write a general equation that T half proportional to 1 upon A raised to n minus 1, where n is order of reaction. So we can find out order of reaction from half-life period, that it depends on concentration of A half. Okay. Now if we plot different plots for different order of reaction, for example, this is T half versus concentration, and if the graph goes like this, starting from 0 and increasing, then it is of zero order reaction. This is of zero order reaction. We can say that it is zero order reaction. Second, if the graph of T half versus concentration, that is A, okay, goes like this, that means it is first order reaction. It does not depend on concentration, so it is first order reaction. And here for zero order, the T half is directly proportional to concentration. That means if T half increases, A also increases. Next, if we plot T half versus 1 upon A, and if it is a line starting from origin and increasing, then this is second order reaction. Next, if the graph goes like this for T half versus 1 upon A square, then this is third order reaction. So this way, from graph also we come to know if we plot T half versus A concentration, then also we can find out order of reaction. Okay. Now there we can derive one formula from T half also. So for that, let us take, let A1 and A2 be two different concentrations of reactants and T1 and T2 be the respective time period or half-life period to complete any fraction of any definite fraction of reaction. Then we write T1 is equal to K 1 upon A1 raised to n minus 1 and T2 is equal to K 1 upon A2 raised to n minus 1. Now we take ratio of these two. So T1 upon T2 is equal to A2 upon A1 raised to n minus 1. Taking log on both the sides, we write log T1 upon T2 is equal to n minus 1 log A2 upon A1. Therefore, n minus 1 is equal to log T1 upon T2 upon log A2 upon A1. Or if you make n as a subject, then n is equal to 1 plus log T1 upon T2 upon log A2 upon A1. Okay, so this formula is also used to find out order of reaction. Okay, so that's it in this lecture. Thank you so much.